It is a cold morning. It's 18 degrees, wind chill has it down to about 5. But more importantly, it's Saturday, November 30th, opening day of Pennsylvania's firearms season, and in my opinion, one of the best days of the year. So we're gonna tough it out down here in the blind. Kyla's up to bat first, and probably just about no matter what, since I filled my buck tag. I did bring the old 30-30, so Kyla's got the odd 8. If things work out just right, I might try to punch a doe tag, since we only have a week. But we had one deer scoot through not long after we got set up. I would like to think, with this type of cold, there's going to be people moving them, probably deer just moving on their own, and hopefully that's a recipe for success. So we're going to stay bundled up. We'll see what happens. No, it's a buck, but not very big, I think. You can look at it. These first ones are does, I think. So the first ones are does, I think. Yeah, it's a doe and a fawn. Or maybe 2 does. There's a buck in there too, though, right? Yeah, it's not a buck either. Oh yeah, it is. It's a little spike. Was it a buck?
I mean, it was dark like it was a buck.
There's still one in the grapevines, I'm pretty sure.
I see one right here.
Oh, I see one moving. Yeah, she's walking out on the right now, kind of quick.
I don't know where this one went. I think that's just a fawn out there.
Well, about an hour ago there, Kyla almost got a shot of the doe. Looked like maybe 5 deer got pushed up there, and they were kind of milling around and sort of just kept moving in and out of them vines. But I think, unfortunately, with about 15 minutes left here, we have broken a record that I didn't want to break. We did not see a single eagle buck all day. This is my 15th year hunting down here. The prior 14 years, we've at least seen a legal buck, so that's a bummer. But we did see, I think, 14 total deer. They were moving decent this morning and then there about an hour ago, so we'll give it a shot again tomorrow and hope for better results.
Is it a duck?
I think. She stopped.
Where's it at?
Running up here.
There's another one right there. I think that's a small buck. Right there.
I think this is a doe over here. Looks like she's gonna go again. Yep.
Oh, it's so close. If I can turn a little to the right.
Something your way.
I just can't turn.
Okay.
It's just looking.
Yep.
Ready?
Yeah. Smoked her.
I see the buck right there.
She must have crashed between.
Hello?
I saw where you hit her. You smoked her.
Sweet.
Well, looked like Kyla just smoked the doe. They came out of the hemlocks down there, and they were coming around behind us. I'm not sure why, but they looped up around.
It was a mess.
And that doe stopped up there at probably 65, 70 yards and looked to me like Kyla smoked her. I'm pretty sure she went down, like there's a tree right here that I have the blind tucked into.
Mm-hmm.
She must have gone down behind that because she never came down the hill further. But hands are cold from running the camera.
And holding the gun. My hands are like red. It's chilly. It's cold.
It's still cold, so.
You know it's that buck. I hope the buck shows up. If it's big enough.
I think it was just a little 2-point.
Yeah.
Well, so much for tracking. Got out of the blind and she was just out of sight. Makes life a little easier.
Didn't take long to find her. We actually found her body before we found, or I wanted to look at the blood just to see what it was looking like, but everything happened really fast. TJ can probably give you, or gave you more the gist of what happened. But she definitely knew we were there in the blind because I was moving all around trying to figure out which deer to go for. But she stood still long enough to where I could get a shot, and it was a good enough one. But yeah, we gotta get her taken care of. And that's about it. It's a good second day for me.
Well, it's Wednesday, December 4th. Got some pretty significant snowfall in the forecast this evening. Pretty decent chance that's gonna keep me out of the woods till Saturday. Unfortunately, I don't have any doe tags for the unit at home, so unless maybe that snow doesn't hit like it's supposed to, I'd say pretty good chance this is our second to last day out. But right now, it's looking like that snow is supposed to hit right before dark, so maybe it'll get the deer on their feet trying to head up to the fields. We're kind of down over this steep hill here. We're actually right below Isaac's food plot, so between that and the ag fields up on top, there's a lot of feed opportunity for deer coming up out of this bottom. So we'll sit back, relax, see if maybe they read the script tonight, and maybe we can finally notch that doe tag here. That might have been a doe. I couldn't tell if it was a young one or not, and I really didn't have a shot anyway by the time I got to look at it. Oh, there's another one. Oh boy, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I think there's like 18 minutes of light. I don't think it's, realistically, it's gonna get dark before that with these snow clouds. I'm really up over. Might be able to do it in this wind. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna bring the GoPro. Goodness gracious. Well, I got up to the top of the hill and couldn't see anything. Thought maybe there was the chance that they just head over to Isaac's food plot there, but my guess is they went straight up over the hill to the fields. So got the heart going, that's for sure. Haven't done much. I don't know if that's still hunting, walking, whatever. I went 30 yards, but I still enjoy it. But like I said, we weren't going to make it to legal light tonight. There's still a little bit. It's 5:18 is legal light and it's 5:16 now. But I'm going to pack up, get out of here, try to hit the road before the snow gets real bad tonight, and we'll make a game plan for Saturday, or if the snow misses us, maybe tomorrow. Snow didn't miss us, so this is it for us here in 2024 for PA Rifle. It's Saturday, December 7th, and a little bit chilly. I quit looking at the temperature. It's been the same the entire week, but obviously with it being a weekend, the expectation is there's going to be more hunters out moving deer around, and last weekend Kyla tagged out on does in this unit, so she's hunting for a buck. If a doe comes across, we'll try to punch a doe tag here, but pretty quiet so far. But last weekend started out that way, and only takes one, so we'll see. No, I'll just scoot up the hill.
Yeah, we're scooting.
See where they go. Yeah, I don't think it's us. Oh, they're way down low. A whole bunch of deer.
Yeah, that is a bunch. Yes. No bucks off.
Not that I see yet. Yeah. Yes, they must all scoot off. I think that one there's the doe. Oh, are they behind that stuff?
Yeah, behind the log.
Oh, jeez. I didn't realize they were going to go behind it.
It's had the same one left.
There's another one.
Yeah. It's bigger than my t-shirt.
In front of the what? God, I just can't. I don't have time to figure out who's who.
Mm-hmm.
That one, first one's a doe, but where is it? Yeah. I have to kneel down there. chaos in the blind, goodness gracious. There were like 15 deer down here, and I don't know, 10 or 12 came across up on this side, and I thought I was going to get a good clean shot on film. There's that log that's across, and they were just all going behind it. I honestly have no idea if I got the shot on film. I know the camera was facing that way, but I finally, they started moving to the left, and we played musical chairs here, and I got knelt down, and that one doe saw me, and fortunately that got her to sit still long enough I could identify it was a doe and make the shot. So we're literally gonna be on a plane heading to Colorado for our wedding tomorrow at this time. So I'm not gonna say we're done while we're dealing with that. Certainly could have a buck come across for Kyla. Maybe this evening. I don't know what we're doing yet, but man, just nothing can happen normal this year. But I did see the doe go down, so I think we're gonna get packed up, go and get that taken care of, and I guess we'll figure out a plan for afternoon. Well, that makes two. Step out of the blind and no tracking needed. Can't beat that. I got her set up a little bit nicer here, and the exit came out pretty high. I'm not sure. It feels to me like this shoulder's broken, so I think I hit her where I was aiming, but it's a pretty decent incline, so I guess I'm not overly surprised. But like I said, just big, beautiful Pennsylvania doe. Filling the freezer. Finally filling a doe tag in this unit. It's taken me all season up until this point, literally our last day, and I just couldn't be happier. It's a great way to close out PA rifle. We'll see what happens here, getting this one taken care of. If somehow a buck comes across for Kyla, we'll try to get that on film. But a microcosm of the season, I feel like. Chaos in a lot of ways. I have no idea if I got the shot on film, but everything worked out, and I think that's the most important thing. So I gotta go and get my knife, and we'll get this one taken care of. Have I ever mentioned walking up this hill was not fun? And having to do that to go get a knife is, I mean, frankly, a good problem to have, but unfortunate. I'll tell you something I'm proud of. Younger me would have certainly taken a poke at that first doe that I was lined up on behind the blind. And, I couldn't get steady enough freehand. It was, I would say, a good 115 yards, maybe something like that. And by the time I got the monopod, they started milling around, and it was just, there were constantly deer behind the one I was looking at, deer in front of it. It just, there was that point where when I was freehand, there were no deer, in the way, but I just couldn't get a steady shot. And I don't know, at some point in the last couple of years, I think, you have an appreciation for whitetail deer as a whole, and taking a shot that you're not sure of, just, not something you ever want to do. Could I have got it? Maybe. I feel pretty confident in my shooting, but is there a chance that I would have wounded it? Hit too low, hit too high, too far back? Absolutely. So, didn't pull the trigger, and it wasn't, 15 minutes later, I was rewarded with a broadside, stationary, no other deer around target. So, since I have this walk back with nothing but time to kill, I thought I'd talk through that. It's always
you know, part of hunting is, I think when you're young, and maybe you don't fully understand it, but I think, at least when I was really young, the success was in taking the deer, but now I don't look at it that way at all. I love deer hunting. I love venison. When I go out, my goal is obviously to harvest a white-tailed deer, but success is all the encounters, all the footage, which may or may not happen today on that doe, I don't know. Getting to hang out with Kyla. That's what success in the deer woods is. And, you know, adding 50 pounds of venison to the freezer, whatever that doe yields, it's a nice bonus.